How's everybody doing? Ken Jackson with the KJEffect.com. Thanksgiving is coming up, and I want to share a story with you that I came across that was really moving. It's about a businessman. At the time in his business, things were going really, really bad. He was actually looking at bankruptcy. He really didn't know what to do, and he was ready to give up ultimately. So what he thought he'd do was take a trip to the park, see if he could clear his head, get his mind right, maybe come up with some ideas to avoid just shutting his business down completely. Well, he takes his trip to the park and he sits on a bench. And as he's sitting there trying to figure out what he's going to do, an old man walks up and sits next to him. Basically says, hey, can I have a seat? The guy says, sure, sit down, no problem. The old man looks at him and says, looks like something's bothering you. Is there anything I can do to help? The guy says, sir, right now, I'm just really confused. I'm losing my business. I don't have any money to function. I don't know what I'm going to do. There's really nothing you can do. The old man chuckles and said, maybe there is something I can do. I'm actually a billionaire, and I really love helping people. What if I were to write you a check right now? Would that help you? Guy says, of course it would. That'd be fantastic. He says, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write you a check. And I'm going to write it for about $250,000. Guy says, that'd be great. He can't believe that he goes to the park and this old man is actually going to help him out. Well, it didn't matter to the old man because he loves giving back. He said, but what I need you to do is a year from now, I need you to meet me back here to pay me back, right at this bench. Guy says, sir, no problem. I'll do it. I'm in. Old man writes him a check, gives it to him, and then he runs off. The guy can't believe it. I wouldn't be able to believe it myself. But he goes home, and instead of depositing that check, instead of cashing the check, he puts it in a safe. Then he sits there and thinks to himself, how will I pay this money back? So he starts getting these ideas and his mind starts going and he starts jumping back into his business and things start going the right way and he comes up with different ideas on what he can do and how he can get things done. Well, 2-3 months later, his business is back on the uprise. Things are going really well. So he keeps working and keeps working. He did have a slide at one point, but he kept working and stayed consistent and things came back. But in the back of his mind, see, he always knew that check was there. Now, he knew the check was there. He didn't want to do anything with it, but he also knew he'd have to pay it back. Well, as time went on, he put so much work into his business, he ultimately didn't even need to cash the check. So a year later, as he promised, he takes the check out of the safe. He heads back to the park, gets to the bench, and sure enough, there's the old man waiting for him. He says, sir, I really appreciate this, but ultimately, I really didn't need the check. I figured out a way. And the old man says, I figured you would. And out of the blue, you hear someone running up towards him saying, hey, Bill, what are you doing? You got to come back. You got to come back. And it was a nurse. The nurse grabs the old man by the arm and says, I'm really sorry. Bill gets out every now and then, and we have to chase him down about 2-3 times a year. He comes to this park. And the guy said, well, what do you mean? She said, well, he actually lives at a mental institution up the street. And she grabs Bill and she takes the old man away. Well, here's the moral of the story. That check was never real. He would have never been able to cash that check. But because he had it, it changed his attitude. It changed how he looked at his business. It changed how he looked at himself. It inspired him to actually take action and fix the things that he knew he could fix. See, the message of the story is fairly simple. If he had actually started really thinking about the things that he could change, he would have taken action. See, that check, that possibility, it changed how he viewed his problems. See, the trip to the park changed his life completely because he was thinking that he couldn't do anything else. But what he was able to do was take that fake check and in his mind changed his attitude, it changed his actions, and it changed his results. He was thinking of the problems now. He was not thinking of the future that he ultimately wanted. He wasn't thinking of his goals, where he really wanted to be with his business. He let all the negativity slow him down. So, my point is this: if you can change your attitude, you can change your future. If you can change your attitude, you can change your situation. Thanksgiving is coming up, as I mentioned before. And we're going to sit together with our friends, our families. We're going to thank God for everything that we're thankful for, everything that He's gotten us through. My encouragement to you today, and it's a challenge, and I'd love for you to share this. Let's put a challenge out there. What if starting today, instead of just being thankful for what we have today, what if we could be thankful for what's coming, the positive things that are coming, the goals that we set out for? What if every morning we woke up and said, I'm so happy and thankful now that your business is successful, now that you have the car that you want, now that you have the home that you want, now that you're able to help more people. If you can start thinking of the future now and being thankful for it, it's amazing how your actions will change. And if your actions change, your results will change. So let's go out and be thankful. For me, I am so happy and thankful now that I've got hundreds of people that I can inspire. I'm so happy and thankful for the people that are watching me right now. I'm so happy and thankful for the business that will flourish. I'm so happy and thankful for all of the people that I'm able to inspire. I'm so happy and thankful for the opportunity and the blessings that are coming my way. Go out, take the challenge. I encourage you guys to share this. Let's see what we can do. Let's see how far it can get. And I want you to know that I'm happy and thankful for you right now. And I encourage you to have a very blessed Thanksgiving. I truly believe that you can do the things you want to do. You can live the life you want to live. But let's start right now by being thankful for it. So I appreciate you taking the time to check in, to listen in. Go out, have a very blessed day, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.